Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Vasanthi Francis, public speaking trainer for more than 14 years. And today I'm recording this as an online course, a cohort course too. This is the first project, Introductory Speech. Before we move into this speech, I would like to introduce what is public speaking. Children, what do you think? What is public speaking to you? Yes? Mm. Mhm. Okay. Right. From what you said, I understood that public speaking is not just about standing in front and talk. It is to gain confidence and telling the message clearly. That is very good. What do you think? Mm. Mhm. Uh-huh. Mhm. 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 Right. So, from what you said, it is very impressive and it is totally different from what you have told me just now. So, from your point of view, public speaking is to gain a lot of knowledge and process it, then deliver it very clearly to the audience. Both are valid points. There is another perspective. People generally think public speaking means standing in front of the stage, taking part in the contest, and get a trophy. I'm not going to say that is wrong. It is only a part of it. So, as you are walking in the public speaking journey, you need to learn that too. That is, standing on the stage and delivering a speech for a contest or anything. Same time, you have to take public speaking as a daily activity. If there is a person in front of you and you want to convey a message, verbally or non verbally, communication takes place. That is public speaking already. Yes. But why is it that confidence can be really what do you mean about vulnerability? Your question is when I say public speaking takes place verbally and non verbally, you ask me a question, what do you mean by non verbally? In public speaking, nonverbal communication is a big thing. At the same time, very important thing. As a speaker, it helps you to understand the audience. As a person, it helps you to understand who is in front of you. So, nonverbal communication helps you what the other person thinks without saying a word. Like, as a teacher, how do I understand that? When I look at the student, if a student feels so sleepy, or if a student put the hand like this and sitting like this in the class, this is a nonverbal cue for me. So it conveys few messages to me. First thing, maybe my lesson is not very interesting. Second thing, the student has no energy. The third thing, the student has any internal conflict or problem. Something is going on in his mind. He or she has been thinking about something else. It's a disturbing thing. Just like that, few factors are there. So this is the nonverbal cue the student conveys by just doing like this and closing the eyes. Let me to understand other things. So my immediate action would be like, particularly asking that student some questions. What do you think about it? So when I ask the question to the student, I get the student's attention. The students feels like, oh, teacher is looking at me, so I need to answer. Better let me to pay attention to the class. So this is how the nonverbal communication takes place. Don't you think it is important? Very important, right? Even you can see that in your house. Especially your mom and dad are really good at that. Just by looking at your face, you don't need to tell a word. They will ask, hey, what's up with you, man? What's going on? Right. Yeah. Did you tell them anything? No, right? Just by understanding your facial expression and your body language, they can clearly get you. They can clearly understand what's in your heart and what's in your mind. So, in public speaking, this is very important to understand the audience. In the beginning level of projects, like for example, now we are going to do the introductory speech today, and this is going to be the beginning course. But when we move to the advanced courses, we don't design the speech based on what we think and what is the topic that we are preparing. It is going to be completely opposite. What the audience needs. So, what should I deliver? It is not what I want to deliver, what they need to listen. No, it is what they need to have. Like if there's a problem, that could be a problem, that could be a necessary, that could be a change of idea. Something is needed from the audience perspective. As a public speaker, we need to deliver a speech to change their mindset and to take away message and an action. Yes, aware and benefit from the speaker. Focus, yes. So the public speaker's message helps the audience to focus. So it's totally different, right? So as your stage increases, you will learn a lot. So in those kind of a situation, the nonverbal communication and the cues are very much important. So today, it is all about the introductory speech. So just now teacher told you that standing on the stage and taking part in the contest, it's not the only purpose of public speaking. And some other people say getting confidence, just now you also mentioned, right? Getting confidence is the core essence of public speaking. It is true, but it is not 100%. It is also a part of it. Getting clarity about what you want to talk gives you the confidence. So clarity is the one comes before the confidence. That is the reason why in our previous classes, do you remember the lesson that I gave you about the seaweeds? Seaweeds and sugar, the different types of sugar. Yeah. Even though it's been years, now you remember that, right? Uh-huh. Okay. Seaweed as well. Okay. So that was the first time the students learned about the seaweeds. And many students came across to know some seaweed are edible. And the next day also, the students told me they bought seaweed. The next class they showed me. They loved it. It's an edible one. So that lesson gave clarity and knowledge and understanding about a lesson. After that, the students will be able to give a clear talk about the seaweeds. So that is what clarity. If you don't have a clarity about the subject matter, how do you talk about it? Nervous. Your confidence level will become lower. You will be panicked. So clarity comes first. What do you think? Is public speaking a skill or something else? Mhm. What is that? Profession? Okay. Hmm. Okay. Wow, core essence of certain areas. Okay. So just now you mentioned like a teaching skill. Can teaching skill become a profession? Can, right? So similar to that, public speaking also an essential skill that everyone must acquire. You might have seen a lot of children, they are really good at speaking. But when it comes to public speaking, they can't speak more than 30 seconds. So it is a skill. Just like in the English class, you have four skills. What are them? Uh-huh. Yeah. Listening, reading, and uh, speaking. So these are the four skills you learn. Just like that, you improve level by level, right? Similar to that, public speaking is a skill and you get improved by practice. So your level is not the same as you are at the age of 7. Yeah. You couldn't even speak for about 1 minute. Now you're able to speak for about 7 or 8 minutes. It is not a problem for you, right? So it is a skill. Obviously, you get developed, right? Next one. Where we can use the public speaking skills. In general public, okay, schools, in a meeting, work environment, presentation, very good. Rural area, you want to do some community work, you definitely need public speaking skill. In an opening ceremony, uh, giving solution in a problematic situation, like a political talk, public awareness talk, yeah, eradication of dengue. Entertainment industry, yes. Stand-up comedy. Debate section, wonderful, yes. So we use public speaking in every places events and incidents that you mentioned. So public speaking is unavoidable. The way how you master that skill, your life will be flourished. So that is the reason why public speaking is very important, and it is really good if it become a subject in the school. Yeah. All right. Now, when a student answer a question in a class, it is public speaking. Just now you mentioned when teacher asks a question, we must be able to answer. I give you a scenario. There are two students. One, it's either one of any of you and another student. Both of you are good in academic. The teacher asked a question that requires certain amount of thinking. It's a problem solving question. Yes, correct. The hard questions you called usually, right? Everywhere. It's not only in the mathematics. In real life, we always do that. Okay? A public speaking student immediately raised the hand and answered the questions. Whereas the other student, even though that particular student also good in academic, that student think uh, unable to answer the question. Confidence and clarity to do that. Yes. And at the moment when he or she stands up, immediately everything went blank, vague, and the words won't come out. This is the difference and the power of public speaking in this. Okay. And when you fail to answer that kind of a situation, that is equal to a missed opportunity. Now you become a Panawa's class monitors, right? More school monitor. Wow, that is much bigger. And most of the students here, whoever comes for public speaking class, they automatically become the class monitor or the school monitor. It is, yeah, he's also. Yes, most of the students who ever attend public speaking, they eventually get this opportunity because the teachers are monitoring you all the time. How do you answer? How do you perform? How do you behave in the class? So the monitor position is usually it's not given to everybody. They pick only certain students, right? Mm. Yes, interview. Wow, they interview the students. Yes. So in order to have a good interview, you really, really need to have public speaking skills. Yeah. The next one, when an employee present an idea in a meeting, that is public speaking. In a workplace, if it happened in the school level, you will be selected for the class monitor or school monitor, or some other opportunities will be given to you. If the same thing happens in the workplace, that person, the employee, will be promoted, will get higher salary. These are the benefits, the opportunity to grow. So that happens in the workplace environment. When a parent explains something to a child, that is also a public speaking. You could have obviously see some differences in the way of bringing up a child. Certain families, the parents, it's like uh, military rule. Oh yeah, only not. It's not about discipline. Only instruction, rules and regulations. Mhm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Big punishment for single mistakes. And most importantly, they don't listen to the children. Uh, you just listen to me and you do what I said. And in your family, your parents sit and talk to you. They tell you stories. They ask you, hey, what happened in your school? What happened to your friend? Are you okay or not? Say everything is okay. When you get into the car, you started to talk to your parents, right? You tell the stories and what happened in the school and everything, isn't it? So, two types of parenting. Which one do you think can bring a good child? First one or second? Second one, obviously, your parents, right? Yes, not military rule parents. Okay. Mm, mm. Yes. Mm, yeah. Uh-huh. Correct. The brain is not free. So it is possible for those types of children when they grow up, they commit some crimes. They don't put effort to understand others because what they receive, they just reflect. So it doesn't help for the community. So the public speaking, you see the importance of public speaking. It starts in the family also. Yeah. Okay. That is the reason why public speaking is very important. When your parents talk to you, they give clear ideas. They give clear thought. They tell you stories. They try to influence. They try to inspire you. They try to persuade you. They do all this in their day-to-day communication even though without learning public speaking properly. But now, when you learn public speaking properly, you handle situations even better than your parents in the future. Yeah. So it is really good. Okay. The public speaking helps you to organize our thought, express our ideas in a beautiful way, and influence others in a positive way, right? Just like when Sharvin started to write model Tirukkurals, everybody got inspired, including me. We are so happy. So you influenced everyone. Yeah, build confidence. Now, next time, 100 Tirukkural. If anybody asks, Sharvin, come and tell a 50 Tirukkural in front of others, it's not going to be a problem for Sharvin at all, even for Naren. You can tell 50 or 100 Tirukkural at a time. That is the influence that you can bring. Then develop leadership skills. When you learn public speaking, the leadership skill, it automatically, it's like buy one, free one. It comes. Yes, comes. That's why your school, the teachers gave you the opportunity to become a class monitor and school monitor. All right. Now, in this course, we don't focus only in the speaking. First, we focus in the thinking. When the thinking changes, the idea started to flow. When the idea started to flow, it's easy to organize it. Without the thinking, it will be difficult to get new ideas. That's the reason why, not only in the public speaking, even you might have noticed some of the students, they struggle to write the essay. When I ask Naren to write any essay in English or in a speech, he can write 800 to 900 words just non-stop. 11 years old, right? So do you feel any difficulty? I never see any difficulty when you write. You just continuously you write. What made it possible? Is it your English skills alone? No, it is your thinking. You are able to think independently and you are able to generate idea automatically. That must happen. Without that happen, the essay won't appear in the notebook. Same is in the public speaking. That's why public speaking students excel really well in essay writing. Because the idea is the matter. So thinking. First, we focus on the thinking. We make you to think. Next, we help you to organize your ideas. Then deliver the ideas in a proper structure. What should come first? What should come next? What should be the last point would be? You might have remembered, always teacher said, bring your personal stories just before the conclusion. Yeah, that is the reason for that. So this is how the ideas should flow that will attract the audience and they can remember it. Your personal story and what is the message that you want to deliver and what is the action you want public to take must be connected. So stories are easy to remember. And when you connect that with the action, the audience won't forget that. Yes. So that is the reason why the personal story should be placed just before the conclusion. What happened in your life? Mm. Yeah. What actually happened in your life? Or maybe someone else's life. True, yes. Remember, always remember, you cannot lie on stage. You have to tell the truth. People can sense that very easily. They don't need to go and dig for the truth. They can feel it. Even though you are good at facial expression and everything, when somebody fakes and somebody gave not the truth, public can identify that very quickly. And they can sense, anybody can sense. Okay. So, and that is the reason why I always say, when you are on stage, remember there are more than 9 people who are sitting there should be should know more than you. So be careful. So cannot just say like because you are on stage, you cannot tell everything. You have to be very careful. Yes. So now let's talk about this course. What is in this course? What makes this course different from others? There are many public speaking courses available in this world. Nowadays, it's getting really famous, very popular. The reason is it is needed. That's why it is popular. Okay. But our course is something different. And what is the difference? The first difference is we give more importance to the structure than the performance. So that is the reason why just now teacher said thinking first. We make you to think first. We don't directly jump into the final stage of performance. And next, we also teach what are the stages of delivering the message. And the next one, it is completely practice based. Do you practice the speech here before the final stage? Yes, right. So sometimes you say, teacher, you check only the time. I'm just practicing the speech. Next week I deliver the speech, right? So we give more importance for practicing. Students will not just listen. That means the other students. They speak, they practice, everybody improve step by step. The third one, the course is designed for real life communication. That means, for example, you are having some difficulties with your friend. Do you have the ability to solve that? You talk to your friend and say, hey, you understood this differently. This is what I said. Yeah, you, mm, mm, yeah. So you solve that issues, right? That is the thing, the real life. And you are able to persuade your parents very well. Next one, we focus on situations like introducing yourself, that is the first project, sharing your experience and presenting the ideas, answering the question, speaking confidently in front of others. The next one is the course support gradual improvement, meaning to say, first we teach how to introduce the speech, then in the next project, how to organize your ideas and what is the purpose of your speech, how do you bring it into your speech. And the next one, we train you based on how you can use the words in your speech and what is the importance of words. Next, we teach you about voice, then how to move. Sometimes teacher ask you, hey, come in front and tell this. And sometimes I ask you, go to the left side and look at the audience and speak. So everything has got a reason behind it. This is what we call nonverbal communication, how you use the stages as well. Then you do research and sometimes you do the presentation in the using the laptop, right? Sharvin, you did about Morocco, isn't it? Which country you chose? Australia. Uh-huh. Yes. So you did three different presentations before. Slides. More than that. You need to recall back. Right. So we give you the practice. Teacher guided you how many words per slide, what you should include, which one should be the first slide, and all those stuff, right? So that is also a part of this course. The next one, you learn to tell a story. How to tell a story with compassion. You have this in the modules, right? And how to tell the fairy tale stories. These are two different types of stories. Yeah. The next one, course details. What's the length of this course? How many months? 10 months. Very good. So you are going to learn for 10 months, totally 12 projects. So we will have a regular practice and we will have this kind of a teaching and then guided feedback. I always give you the evaluation report after you deliver your speech. And also I give you the written evaluation, right? That is very important. And that also it's going to happen here in this course as well. And skills development, you will have almost 10 workshops in this 10 months. Yes. April, yes, the next 10 months. You will have at least 10 workshops. Like you just now you ask about nonverbal communication. There is a workshops on nonverbal communication. And also there's another workshop like I usually talk to you about you shouldn't use your sound from the nose or here. You have to bring it from the chest, right? Yeah. And how to hold the energy. So this will be another workshop. I give you a lot of practical method. So that is on voice modulation. And also you will be having online videos. You can refer back anytime that you want. The next one, The goal of this course, it is not just to help the students to speak. It is to help the student to speak confidently in your life situation, not just for contest or for college purpose. Okay. Now, viewers, if you have a family member who needs help, you can contact us, Tukina School of English, in our social media or in our YouTube. You can communicate with us to enroll your children. All right, get ready to take notes. And whoever watching this video, if you want to practice, get ready your notebook to write the speech. The first project, introductory speech. That is how to introduce yourself. You're going to have two types of speeches. The first one, for those who has never been tried any speeches before. I don't want you to speak for more than 5 minutes. So I give you 3 minutes. For you, 5 minute speech is not a problem. So you can go for 5 to 7 minute speech, right? Okay. So for audience and for some of the people who want to deliver, try their first speech, 3 minutes recommended time for them is 3 minutes. Okay. The purpose is very simple. You just have to introduce yourself to the audience. Even though it is simple, it must have some structure. Where to start, isn't it? So where to start? By saying some greetings first. How do you greet your audience? Good morning. Then, right, teachers or audience, and you greet the people. And next step, mm, your name, yeah. Which school you are studying? Mm. Which batch? Yes, and which school or which district? You give this information. So providing personal data. So my name is this. I'm how many years old? This school. I'm studying in this school, this class. That is the personal data. Okay. The next one, your education. If you're an adult, you can talk about the university or the school, whatever the educational background that you wanted to share with others, you can write it down. Just put as a point. When you begin, it's not necessary to write a whole sentence and a whole first speech in the first step. Indeed, it doesn't work. So, if it is your first time, write everything in a point form. Later, you can elaborate it and write as a speech. The next, after the education, what else you can share about? That is too big. Life is too big. Background of, we don't want to see your true colors here. Uh, mhm. Huh. Childhood memories. Okay. He has been looking for the word. Okay. Your childhood memory. Yes, you can share that. And you can talk about your family, your father, your mother, where are they from? Yeah. And your siblings. So that could be the next one. The final for a 3 minute speech. Yeah. Ambition. What does it mean, ambition? What's your goal? What do you want to achieve? Achieve. Okay. What's your plan? Yeah. What are you doing in order to achieve that? So these are all your ambition. So for a 3 minute speech, first introduce yourself as a personal data and then talk about your family, your life experiences, hobbies, ambition. Even you don't need to add all of them in one speech. Just 3 to 4 points are enough. And each point is about 30 to 40 seconds. Just nice. You don't need to talk more than a minute for each point. Then it's about 3 minutes. So you won't get stuck. It becomes so easy. Have about 7 minutes. Mhm. If it's a 7 minute speech, what do you do? Okay. When it comes to 5 minute speech, first of all, you take all the points, right? Just like for the 3 minute speech. And then you have to organize it. What is for introduction? What is for the body of the speech? And what is the conclusion? You have to define that first. The introduction, you can speak for about 30 to 40 seconds for a 5 minute speech. Do not go more than 1 minute. That would be boring. Yes. Yeah, you won't have enough time to convey everything in the body. That is more important. So make sure your introduction is 30 to 40 seconds. The body is you can talk about your education, your family, your hobbies. So many things we talk about, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Opening 30 seconds, yes. 4 minutes, okay. 30 seconds to 1 minute. So it is 5 minutes already. If you want to add more, where you can add more? In the body of the speech, yes. You shouldn't add more to the introduction or conclusion. It must be in the body of the speech. So 30 seconds for about for the introduction. Okay. Now let's look at what are the things you can add into the body of the speech. If you're a student, you share about your educational background. Some of you may have a chance to study in different schools or different countries, maybe. You can share about that. And if you're a working adult, you can share about you. Where did you study? Primary schools or secondary schools, whatever that you can remember, you can share here. And your work experience also. Next, hobbies. Okay, tell me what other hobbies do you have? Playing chess. Hmm. Reading? Watching TV? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Play chess, badminton, hmm drawing also. Yes. Uh-huh. You do writing. Wow. Okay. Mm. Going to the library, right? Okay. Revise the stories. Okay. Go to the playground to play. So these are the activities you do. Some of them are your hobbies. So you can write about them. Then you can also talk about your favorite books. For me, my number one favorite book is Who Moved My Cheese? That's the book title. No, it's about life. Anybody can read. You can also read. Children can read. It's very simple English. And it is a small book, very small book, about 69 page or 70 page only. Very much meaningful, I'd say. Yeah, it's about pages and not many words. Yeah, only few words per page. Yes, very simple English, very meaningful. And I read the book at least once a year, repeatedly. There are only two books. The first book it was published more than 30 years before, and the second book was published few years ago. Only two books, wonderful books. And the next one that I love to, my favorite book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It was written by Robert Kiyosaki. That is also a very simple book, but it's about 300 to 400 pages, I think. So, yeah. No, it's all about financial education, how you have to handle money. Money, yeah. Okay, psychology of money, you heard about it. It's very famous. If I put in the second place, the Rich Dad Poor Dad is the basics. You read this, and then if you read the psychology of money, it becomes so good. Yes, how to handle the cash. Yeah. Why they're still poor like that. Yeah. So this is a very important lesson we have to learn, which schools don't teach. We must learn because at the moment when you are out of the school, when you go to work, you end up with earning money. You have to earn money. Yeah, I agree. Next one, you can talk about your holidays, the third point. Yeah. So you talk about your book. After that, you can talk about your holiday. Teacher talked to you many times about my holiday. Even in just previous class, I talk about Australia, right? So it is very helpful to share. If I don't have that experience, if I don't have the ability to share with you, then how do you know about Australia a lot? Reading a book is one thing, but if a known person share the experience, it is totally a different learning. So in your speech, you can share your travel experience, your unforgettable holidays. The next one, your favorite one. You can talk about your friends. Yes. Yeah. If you are an adult, you can talk about your friends and also your workplace experience. The next one, life experience. Hmm. Some maybe children's, you may not have bigger experience, but adults usually have experience. Sometimes kids also have some experience, they funny experience, especially. It is very interesting, right? Next point, talk about your role model. So I always say to every student, my role model is Sir David Attenborough. Yes, I learned a lot from him. And you look at the way how he present. Amazing. Everybody in the world love his presentation. That is the power of public speaking. Yeah. So you have your own idol. Talk about your idol. Yeah. So once when you talk about your idol, most probably the audience know almost a lot about you. Now it's the time for you to conclude. What are the achievements you did? And what are the achievements you wanted to do when together with your ambition? And how you are preparing yourself. You have to say that clearly. Conclusion. Many students I have noticed in the conclusion, they usually say, I want to be a doctor. And what are you doing now? How you are preparing yourself to become a doctor? They said, that's it, blank. So you don't know what you are going to do, right? And you are not preparing yourself. Then how come you receive the blessing? If you want to receive the blessing from the universe, you have to prepare. So if you want to be a doctor, nowadays you've got a lot of things to learn with the YouTube, books, online books, and so many. Yeah. So you have to tell the audience, in order to become a doctor, now I'm preparing myself by this. And then people will understand more about you. All right. Okay. What are the things you shouldn't add? Like, who wants to know this stuff? What is your personal, very personal information we should never tell in the speech. Ah, what's your address? What's your bank account? What's your password? Yeah, this information you should never reveal in any speeches. It's dangerous, unnecessary. Okay, and some information you may feel that is really very important for you, but not important for public. There are informations, okay? You should never add them in your speech. And some of the information, it could be very personal, very family related matters. You should never talk about it. And in the first speech, you should never belittle anybody in your talk. Belittle, that means don't talk bad or don't talk smooth about any people. You are thinking, how is it possible, right? There are students, they talk bad about their friends and their parents. Um, it could be true, but public speaking is not the place to talk. Good thing, yeah. You should never tell bad about your friends or family members or anybody in any speech. If you are children, take note of this. No matter wherever you are in the world, take note of this. You should never talk bad about anybody in your speech. That reflects who you are, not the other person. All right? I already told you the duration. Now, technical area of the public speaking. You've got all the points. Now you need to write. Some students cannot write anything even though they have points because of their language problem. Students like you don't have any language issues. They write a lot. Both also wrong. Okay. So you need to prepare a speech 5 to 7 minutes in between that. So how many words you can write? Average person speak about 80 to 110 words per minute. So I think you speak about 100 words and you speak about maybe 80 to 90 words. That's the range for your speech. 80 words? 80 words. Uh-huh. So how many words? Uh-huh. Exactly. 400 to 500 words for 5 minutes. For 7 minutes, you have to write 600 to 800 words. If you just, it's nice if you stop your speech by 650 words, it's perfectly good. So I told you 30 seconds for the introduction. So 60 to 80 words maximum for the introduction. That's the maximum. 60 words is just nice. So how many sentences you can write? 60 words. Mm. That is sometimes you're right. Okay, in public speaking, thank you for bringing this up. I would like to teach you a very important thing. In English class, I teach compound sentences, complex sentences, and you get used to it to make a sentence with 30 words. Compound and complex sentences. Right. Using conjunction to make a longer sentence. Let that to stay only in English class, not in public speaking. You should never, correct, you should never use longer sentences. It is good to keep all the sentences as a simple sentence. That means a subject, a verb, object. That's it. That's why. Uh-huh. Uh, yes. No, and when you use it unnecessarily, without a meaning, then it is a speech clash. So always keep the sentence simple. 5 to 7 words is perfect. Why? You allow yourself to give pause after the full stop. Naturally, you put a full pause, right? That is first. The next thing is when we make a simple sentence, the message also we keep it simple. Easy for the audience to process. When you make a compound or complex sentences, the audience listening to you, right? It is difficult for their brain to process. Too long. They are thinking about what is that person is saying, but you move to the other point. So the connection will be interrupted. That is the reason why compound complex sentences are not good for public speaking. You have to keep the sentences as simple as possible. Mhm. 7 words. So how many sentences you can make? Now let's only start with the introduction. So I said 60 words is just enough for the introduction, right? So how many sentences you can make? If per sentence is 6 to 7 words. Mm. Mm. Let's only talk about the introduction. In the introduction, you're going to speak for 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, I said it's about 60 words. If it is 60 words means how many sentences do we need? Only stay there in the introduction. How many sentences we need? 6 to 7 words. Then how many sentences? Maximum 10. Okay? 8 to 10 sentences. Wow. Finally, you proved you are learning maths. Teacher! Okay. Right. That's true. Don't go there. 8 sentences is just good enough. Okay. And then when it comes to the body of the speech, each point you keep for 1 minute. So that is about 10 to 12 sentences. For 10 to 12 sentences, you need to make up to how many words? So 1 point is about 1 minute. For example, you are talking about a travel experience. That's about 1 minute. So for 1 minute, I told you it's about 120 words. So you can make about 15 sentences long. Okay. A simple sentence means, okay. Don't. So you calculate like that, and then for the conclusion, again 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay. So what you should do in the preparation, it is important to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Without a practice, don't stand in front of others. All right? We have no rights to waste others' time. So we must prepare. Without preparation, if you're standing on the stage, it is considered as irrespectful. So you must prepare. Prepare as many as time possible. So if you have a doubt, you feel like, oh my God, if I forgot, it's the first speech. Yes, that can happen. So what we can do, that is the hardest part. Yeah. In case if I feel panic and stage fright, I shiver, nervous, butterflies. So if we have heart tension, yeah, we have to facilitate that too. Write the prompt. When you are delivering a speech, you write the prompt in a bigger font and you print it out and give it to your friend and show it like A4 paper from far. Like, first point, travel. Your friend show travel. You talk about the travel. Then your friend show hobby. Then you talk about the hobby. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. It's not at all. Okay. Some people, kids like you, don't need this kind of a support. But not all the kids have this ability to stand in front of others. Even when they are not dare enough to talk to the teacher in the class, then how come they can stand in front of the class? Yes, it is difficult. So what is the opportunity we give to them? So this is one of the way it can help. Another way is for the first speech only here for this course, not for the second speech, okay? You write in a small piece of paper what are the points. So you can have a look at it. But you are not allowed to read. Okay? The best thing is you prepare and deliver. That's the best. If you feel like, in case you ever forget, so ask your friend to help you with that, show you the prompts. And if you feel it is difficult for you, have a note, a small piece of note, and write the points. Have a look at it during your speech and deliver it. And another best thing, you want to talk about the travel, right? For example, show the photo. Automatically you remember. It become a visual aid for the speech. You show a photo of your travel experience. Choose one of the best photo and show. And you automatically remember the point. And then hobby, you bring the book and show. And you keep it right. Then your brain automatically remember it. This is the best way for you to deliver a speech. All right? Then the next thing. Yes. The total words? Okay. For you want me to summarize the total number of words for the whole speech, block by block, right? For the introduction, you can have 8 to 10 simple sentences. 8 to 10 introduction. For the body of the speech, each point is about 1 minute. For 1 minute, you can have about 15 sentences. If it is simple sentences, at least you can have 10. Okay. Because you always write a little bit of longer sentences. So you can have 10 to 15 or 12 to 15. And that is the sentences. If you ask me the number of words means, I would say it's about 100 to 110 for each point. So how many points you can have? 4 to 5 points you can have. What? For 1 point. In the body, we add points, right? Like travel, hobby, my book, my idol, 4 points. Each one 110, 110, 110, 110. Verse. Approximately, you don't need to follow that like a very hard and fast rules, okay? Approximately 110, 110. It can be 90, another point can be 120. It's okay, it's completely fine. Then conclusion, another 100 words. So totally it's about 600 words already, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 60 to 80, it's fine. Okay. So what you shouldn't do are, especially for the first speech, don't be late for the speech. That's most important. The second thing, wear comfortable clothes. The third one, practice before you come for the class or meeting. Okay. If you're a working adult, don't try to deliver any speech anywhere after a tiring day or a stressful day. It's not going to bring any benefit to anybody. So make sure you're mentally, psychologically, physically perfectly fit to deliver the speech because you need a lot of energy. Delivering a 5 minute speech for an adult, it's not easy. For kids, it's a bit easier. Okay. So, benefits of public speaking in the AI world. The next question most people ask, oh, AI is taking over everywhere. Does public speaking is necessary or important, or is it going to be, it's going to have a future? Yes. Public speaking is going to have a bright future. It is just because of the AI intervene everywhere. The first thing, AI can give information. AI cannot give you clear thinking. So clear thinking is possible only by public speaking, main area. So public speaking help you to organize your ideas. In the AI world, the information is everywhere. I repeat this, but the clear thinking is rare. Public speaking provide clear thinking. The second is human connection. Now, everyone, we are with the devices everywhere, but the human connection is less. So public speaking play a vital role in connecting people. We are social animals. We need to be get connected all the time with others for emotional support. AI, that emotional support is not necessary for human. Then the leadership development. Yeah, in the beginning itself, we reinforce that leadership development comes through the public speaking. Confidence and self-expression. Certain times people have psychological issues. The reason is the self-expression is lacking. So you must be confident and clear about what you are thinking, and you must have the ability to express your emotions using the right words. That's where public speaking is very important. Career opportunity. Yeah. Now, in the interview, just in one or two sentences from your mouth, the management will decide, do they need you or not only in the work experience, even nowadays in the the tertiary education, the way how you speak with the counselor or the department head, they will decide, do they need you or not? So the future of public speaking is really, really bright. Nowadays, the top public speakers earn millions of dollars. And not only that, they change millions of people's life. That is the reason why public speaking is really important. If you want to speak with confidence, if you want to communicate clearly, express your ideas effectively, develop your leadership skills, prepare for your future opportunities, even your secondary and your tertiary education, to present something, public speaking is important. You can enroll in Tuhina School of English for public speaking courses. Connect with us via social media and contact us. Thank you.